Today we will be testing the Twiggs money flow indicator.
But before we do, if you have not watched the first video on the channel and all the videos after that, you need to go do that now. Here at the Academy of Forex, we are building the best trading system possible as a team. There is also a link down below to sign up for Tradingview. You can save a little bit of money if you use the link below to sign up for your account. You can also find a link below to join us on Discord. Lastly, if you would like a list of all the indicators we have tested along with their win rates, but you aren't interested in watching all the videos on the channel, you can sign up for our $9 Patreon, and you will receive the complete list of indicators. We also would like to introduce our Patreon exclusive Discord channel. As a $9 Patreon, you will be invited to join an exclusive Discord channel where we will give you a list of winning indicators and links for the MT platform, give you winning strategies, post trade ideas, give advanced advice, and much more. So click the link below to join our Patreon.
Alright, as I said, today we will be testing the Twiggs money flow indicator. Before we do though, I wanted to put the testing scoreboard up for everyone to see. So to date, we have tested a total of 51 different strategies, with 13 of them being profitable. We've also tested a total of 665 indicators, with 270 of them being winners. The best ones so far were able to achieve a 100% win rate. Now you need to go back and watch those videos to understand the context of how they were able to achieve that. So go back and watch those videos and see what you can get out of those winning indicators. And keep in mind that we test most of these strategies and indicators on the Forex market, but they can be applied to just about any market universally. Okay, so today's indicator is the Twiggs money flow indicator. You can see it here on the bottom of the screen. We actually tested this one in yesterday's video, and we tested it as a zero line cross. And so we have that zero line running right down the center of this. And we looked for when the blue area, it's the best way to describe it. It's a line, but it fills the background of it with an area setting. So if we go over here, go into style, and you can see right here that it does it as an area, but in reality it really is an oscillating line there. Just makes it a tad bit easier to see. You can change it to columns, you can do whatever you want with a histogram, and so on. Might actually be easier to keep it as columns. And so anyways, in yesterday's video, what we looked for was when we got a move above the zero line, we would go long. When we got a move to the downside of that zero line, we would then go short. And so today's video said that we would change it up just a tad bit, because the issue that we ran into in yesterday's video was that the zero line, and we see this often, the zero line doesn't add very much room for consolidation or chop in the market. So you get these instances where you go long, immediately back short, immediately back long, immediately back short, and so on. And that ends up with a cluster of losing trades, 4 or 5 in a row sometimes. And that really does just diminish the win rate quite significantly for an indicator. And so in this case, what I did was I added in these dashed lines. And so these are at the positive 0.5000, whatever it is. And this one is at the negative 0.05000, whatever it is. And so what we are looking for now is that break to the upside of the positive dashed line. We are going to go long, or the break to the downside of the negative dashed line, we are going to go short. And hopefully that will give us a nice little buffer for consolidation, keep us out of that choppy type market. So let's go ahead and get on with the testing and see what we can get out of this. All right, so the first signal that we picked up is a short signal right here. We get that spike to the downside, crossing down below that that dash line right there. Unfortunately, we only get a small push to the downside there before we get a reversal in the market, which does take off to the upside. And so that first one does get stopped out. Then we pick up this long right here. We have not yet seen where it's going to go. We get that spike to the upside here of that dash line to the top side. Let's go ahead and play it forward just a tad bit here and see what happens with it. So looks like don't quite make it to our take profit. I take that back. Looks like we might have gotten real lucky here. Yep, so it looks like right here on the wick of this candle to the upside there, we were able to hit our take profit. And funny enough, at the close of this candle right here, it actually threw us back into a short right there. Looks like this one is going to get us stopped out, maybe. Nope, comes down and hits our take profit right there. All right, let's go ahead and continue on. All right, we then pick up this short right here. Nice push to the downside, which comes down and gets us to our take profit. All right, what I'm going to do here is go ahead and fast forward through the rest of the testing. That way things don't get too long, and we'll pick this up when we are at the end of the year. Alright, so that's going to put us at the end right there. Before we take a look at what this was able to achieve, now would be a good time to say that if you are interested in excelling your trading knowledge, I highly recommend that you join our Patreon only channel on our Discord server. You can find a link to our Patreon down below, as well as a link to our Discord. Once you sign up as a patron, it'll give you access to the Patreon only channel, where we post some really great advanced information about trading strategies, trading indicators, and trading philosophy in general. And as I mentioned in the beginning of the video, you'll get access to the full list of indicators that we have tested. That comes in an Excel version and a PDF version, and you will get that full list of indicators showing exactly which indicators were winners, which ones were losers, as well as their win rates. And you'll get access to an Excel sheet of all the strategies that we have tested that shows exactly which strategies were winners, which ones were losers, as well as their win rates, and links to go back and review those individual strategies. And so there is a lot of benefits to becoming a patron of the channel, and it doesn't cost hardly anything at all. I highly recommend it. All right, so that puts us at the end of the year. Let's go ahead and take a look at our indicator here. Get everything in focus. Let's go ahead and count it out, see what we have. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, and 16. So we have 16 trades all together, and we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8 winning trades. And so that is not going to meet that 60% criteria once again. Did rather well considering how it did in the last video. Definitely significantly different than it did last time, but wasn't quite enough to keep us out of some of those clusters of losing trades. Now, of course, I didn't specifically, dial in the levels that I put these dashed lines at. It was just kind of eyeballing it, taking a look. Maybe it's possible if we spaced it out to 6 or a 7, something like that, then we can avoid some of these losing trades, some of these clusters of losing signals. But I'm not really sure, and don't think it's necessary to just keep grinding on one indicator, tweaking it and tweaking it and tweaking it. Tends to lead you down a rabbit hole that can be quite frustrating sometimes. So for that reason, we are going to keep this one on the no list, and we will move on to the next indicator from here.